I'm currently in Thailand, just working, training Muay Thai, and learning. I just hopped off of like 5 back-to-back calls, so I was like, you know what? It honestly looks pretty nice out. Let me use the pool for once. So now we're in the pool, and it is nice. Got a coconut, but yeah, find it super helpful sometimes to just debrief, relax, and just think. Because if you're constantly in a go mindset and you don't give yourself time to think, then you're never gonna really progress yourself or your business, as you don't have that time to really reflect and figure out what it is that you actually need to do to progress your business or progress yourself. Do you usually work with people?
I can find something wrong in heaven, baby. Ooh, I swear something wrong with me. Something wrong in heaven, baby. But what I got to show for this honesty.
Overall today, honestly, my work wasn't flowing as well or just going as well as it was yesterday. And I think a portion of this is due to the fact that today, one of my brands, my main brand, wasn't performing as well as it did the other day. The performance was down like 50%. It is always so much easier to have that motivation and drive when everything's going great. And it is super important to, when things aren't going as well, be able to keep that same drive. You guys have probably heard this analogy before, but it's like if you're in a ring or if you're fighting. If you're winning and you got the guy in the corner and you're, for lack of better words, beating his ass, like you're not tired. You're winning. Everything's going great. You're like, yes. But if you're that guy, if you switch it around, you're the guy in the corner, you're going to be exhausted. And you have to find a way to, when you are in that corner and things aren't going your way, still muster up the courage and the motivation, just discipline to power through as if you were the one on the other side and you were the one winning. And I know that can be extremely difficult to do. I mean, I struggled with it today, but I have gotten so much better at performing when things aren't going as well as I used to. Like before, when I had a bad day or an unprofitable day, then my performance would just plummet. But now, through time and through just getting used to having bad days, it's gotten me used to being able to work through the days where it's not going exactly as planned. So I'm about to hop on a call with my assistant, who's someone who is very involved with a very large portion of my business. And I think it is extremely important, especially for people that you're working with whose tasks are beyond just executing on very specific things that you tell them to do. People who have a bit of a higher stake in your business. It is super important to make sure that you guys are aligned on vision and that you meet to make sure that you're aligned on the vision, short-term goals, long-term goals, where you're trying to accomplish.
Real coaching.
And also improve the product. So before we do place more inventory, I'm thinking of maybe...
Yeah.
So I just finished planning my task for tomorrow. Now I'm just about to unwind and read a bit. And I want to quickly touch on the importance of reading. And I feel like recently I haven't devoted as much time to it, but it's something that I'm trying to get back into the habit to, because the benefits go far beyond just the knowledge that you gain and the things that you learn. Like when I read consistently, I can tell that I just speak better, my mind works better, and just overall, my life improves. So it's something that I'm starting to prioritize again. I want to at least start reading half an hour to an hour a day. As I feel like now, like even when I'm speaking to the camera right now, it's not flowing as well as it usually does. And that's just because I haven't been in the habit of reading in a bit. But when I read consistently for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then I notice that when I speak to other people or even speak to a camera, I can just speak better and communicate my points better, and everything just flows better. So if you're not consistently reading right now, I ask you, try it. Consistently read just 20 pages per day for 2 weeks. And then just notice how your mind changes, how when you speak to other people, how much better you can speak and communicate your points. It's just your life improves so much further than just an increase in knowledge, and that is something I can nearly guarantee.
Yo, Parker. Hey, I'm that same old body with the steez. In the baked outfit, got a shark on the hood of my top and the ape of my teeth. Been a minute since I linked with the bro, said link up soon, let's talk.
So I just finished training, and something that I started doing recently, which I really enjoy, is limiting the amount of hours I allow myself to work and having a specific stop. So for me, my stop has been after my training session, I'm not allowed to do any work. Now, yes, there are usually a couple things that come up that I need to take care of and I need to communicate with my team, but I only allow myself a brief amount of time to take care of these tasks, like 20, 30 minutes. And then the rest of the day, I just spend planning tomorrow, reading, learning, doing research, things that aren't very mentally tasking but still progress my mind in the business. And this not only allows my mind and my body to reset and prepare for tomorrow, but also by limiting the amount of hours I'm allowed to work and by mentally knowing that I'm not allowed to work past, let's say 4:30, because that's usually when I leave the house to go train, that forces me to be more productive during the day, during the working hours, as I know after this specific hour, after this time, I am not allowed to do any work. So that forces me to get everything done before then, because I know that if I don't, then it's gonna have to wait until tomorrow.
I got a text from the bro in Cali telling me sit tight, gonna make me a beat. And a guy for the style.
Trying something new today, just locked in for the past like 4.5 hours. Now I'm gonna try and hit a lift and then do more work before my training session to kind of see how my mind reacts. Maybe the gym will boost my productivity, maybe it won't. We're about to test it out and see.
Stylish date trying to make me a treat. She trying to talk about rovers, it's over, I'm trying to bag this dream. 2 sets, let me take this call, gotta skip real soon, trying to pattern this G. It's been OT nights, bit far from the den, trying to get.
So I just got back from training, and it's pretty funny because earlier today when I was getting my cup of coffee, I was thinking back to when I was younger, and I heard that you shouldn't get coffee because that's $3 per day that you should be saving. And that adds up to over $1,000 per year. And when I was younger, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, if you could just avoid a cup of coffee, you're gonna save over $1,000 per year. Like, that's a lot of money. But obviously now, as you saw, I buy coffee. But now I'm like, if this $1,000 per year, or even if it was $1,000 per month, can increase my productivity enough to allow me to make more, either directly or indirectly, than what it costs me, then that's an investment. Obviously, there are certain things you should just not buy, especially depending on the current financial position that you're in. But if a cup of coffee increases your productivity and allows you to work better, you shouldn't avoid it because you're saving $3 per day. Get your cup of coffee, do your work, let it improve your work, and just make more because of that cup of coffee.
Sitting at this table for one, reflecting on the days in the mud. Tipped the way to my love, I set the fee, they couldn't pay me enough. Steady speed with my patience and trust. Feel the grace from the sun, cutting the cumulus. Knew the rudiments, making the winning out of true bliss. Walk the city that I grew up in, peeking through the lens, speak the truth, they try and do you.
So I just finished training, and something that I noticed is that whenever I am in pain, whether it be physical for me kicking wrong, or even just exhausted and out of breath, my trainer would say, show no pain. Now I feel like this can be applied, this view to pain, can be applied to a lot of different aspects of life. But sticking with the fighting analogy for now, let's say you and I were in a fight, and you kick me as hard as you can, and I show physical pain. You can physically see that your kick did damage to me and that I'm in pain. Now, what is that gonna do to you and your motivation? You're gonna be more motivated. You're gonna realize that what you did have an impact, so you should do it again. And it's gonna make you continue doing that and even harder because you're gonna have that motivation. You're gonna have the physical proof that it affected me. Now, let's say that, again, you kick me as hard as you can, but instead of me showing pain, I show no pain at all. You kick me as hard as you can, I show no reaction. I just stand there and continue doing as I was doing before. Now, at least subconsciously, that is going to affect you, and you're going to be like, what the hell? I literally just kicked this dude as hard as I can, and he's standing there unfazed. Now, first time, sure, you're going to keep going at it, and it may not change much. But if you continuously kick me as hard as you can, and I continuously stand there unfazed, then you're going to start doubting yourself. You're going to lose motivation. You're going to be like, what the hell? Like, what is this dude? Like, how is this man built? And you're going to just start performing worse, at least subconsciously. Now, I feel like this can be applied to life in many different aspects. First, it can be applied with if you're working with other people. Let's say you're working with a team, you're the business owner, and something your competitor does hurts your business, and you physically show it or emotionally show it to your employees. Now, what is that going to do to them and their perception of the problem and you and the business? They're going to start losing hope. They're going to lose motivation. They're also going to start being more afraid and in pain. But if you show no signs of pain, whether it be to your team and something happens and you stand there unfazed and you're like, okay, we need to do this, this, and this, or if someone you're against does something and it does affect you, but you show nothing, all they know is that they tried hard to bring you down and you stand there unfazed. And I feel like fighting teaches you a lot. And I just noticed or took away this lesson today of show no pain. And I don't know, it's just an interesting take and interesting approach to pain and just suffering in general. I feel like over the past few days, my days have been flying by much, much quicker. And that naturally happens when you get into a routine. The days go by quicker because you're just in the routine doing the same thing over. But beyond this, I also feel like my drive each day has been slowly depleting. So I made a decision that tonight and tomorrow, we're going to step away from work a little bit and actually go out, enjoy ourselves, have some experiences. I want to quickly touch on the importance of doing this because for a very long period of time, I thought that I should just be very locked into work for weeks, for months, not go out, just work 24/7. And it took me a really long time to realize that that's not the best way to approach your work and just your life overall. If you have days or nights or even 2 days at a time where you sometimes step away from work, actually enjoy yourself, have a good time, and then go back to work, usually that'll lead to you getting more work done, and not even to mention just the fulfillment you get out of your life as you actually have these experiences. So the plan is tonight, I'm thinking I'm gonna get a haircut, go to the nicest steakhouse I can find in the area, go to Cigar Lounge, and then I'm thinking about going to like this night street where there are just a bunch of clubs and nightlife. Double R came with umbrella, they tryna rain on my parade from the cellar. Only do beef from the farmer and here go to special, I got no vendettas. I'm doing numbers like stars at the Mecca, and Issa Miyake, I flooded Tribeca. Good morning. Yesterday's steak was honestly probably one of the best steaks I've ever had. Not disappointed. Anyways, the plan for today is a really nice cafe, and I'm really excited because we're gonna go surfing. And I found a really nice bougier resort nearby. So we're gonna use your gym facilities, use your spa. Champion a check, cause I crave all the pressure, they cave under pressure, the difference is clear. Aim is a target in over a year. I bet you can tell by this Rick on his tactical gear. Yeah, I got remarkable range. Now back at the house, and overall had a really good day. And now I'm back and I'm exhausted. So I'm about to just lay down probably. But I do really feel like today, stepping away from work for a bit and just surfing, going to the gym, just doing things away from work and seeing a bit of Thailand and Phuket is going to really increase the quality of my work over the next weeks while I'm still here. And I'm ready to get back to it tomorrow. Right now I'm exhausted, so I cannot really think of doing much work, but I'm gonna still write my to-dos for tomorrow. But I know that tomorrow in the morning, after having this whole day of kind of being with myself, I haven't been on my phone at all, I haven't checked work. Well, I did briefly check it, but I haven't done anything work related. I know that me fully disconnecting today is going to lead to work in the morning tomorrow just going so much more smoother, so much better, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back at it tomorrow. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I hope you got something of value, and yeah, that's it for this week. See you guys.